Well, the mower is back together. It's time for another episode of What Do You Do on Your Day Off? So, we got the head put back on again. Personally, I don't criticize people for, charging labor charges. I mean, everybody has to make money, but this did cost quite a bit to get this repaired. More actually than what he originally paid for the mower when he bought it about 35 or 40 years ago. But I mean, it is what it is. It should last him the rest of his life, and hopefully it'll last me the rest of my life, because it was professionally rebuilt, although the first time it was professionally rebuilt when it went out on us too. But it is running absolutely silent. Usually there is a little bit of noise that it makes when it's idling, but yeah, it's about as quiet as I have ever heard that thing. It's not running at its normal speed. With these 30s here, they don't have an internal brake on the PTO system, so anytime the engine is running, the PTO shaft can spin. So this right here is the lever that actually engages it. So now the PTO is actually engaged. So it does make a little bit of noise now, but that's the cutter bar making that noise, and that's always there on the cutter bar. Those always make that kind of sound. But yeah, the head, not a sound out of it. It's like I said, that's about the quietest that I've ever heard this thing running. So, well, this shaft that I originally thought was a problem, yeah, it is actually loose in there. So Dad is planning to do a little bit of work on that to get that repaired. As you can see, that pulley there is wobbling just a little bit on there, so it will need to be addressed too. But as of the moment, it's back together. He's wants to try it a couple of times. We do have grass that grows on the shoulder of the road going up the road there towards the highway, and he'll run it up there and mow the shoulder down with it to see how it goes, and he'll run it a little bit, then we'll check all the bolts to make sure that the bolts are all still tight. And yeah, so that little project is wrapped up. So gotta shut the gas off on this tractor. Shut the PTO off. And shut the engine off. There we go. Now, that little project is done. There's a couple other things that we want to do yet today. The Super 88 over there needs to get put away. We'll take the mower off of it and put that up on the hill up over there by the rest of the equipment, and then we'll back that into the barn. It's done for the year. Other than that, that's really about the bulk of what we were doing today. So I had one thing I've been kind of teasing about, so I kind of wanted to show everybody that today, and that is my tractor. So back in 1999, I had a short stint with dairy farming. A number of years ago, I had worked for Surge Dairy Equipment, and kind of got the little bug about that, and we never had dairy cows out here. We had cows that were, dairy cows, but we never had a dairy running while I was big enough to do anything about it. But I had gotten the opportunity to get into the dairy industry, and I did it for a couple of years and ended up selling the cows, and that's when I went into the travel agency. The travel industry. I worked with the same company my sisters worked for. But while I was milking, I picked up this tractor here. This is a 1963 Oliver 1800. It originally came with a diesel engine, and the engine kind of always was seeping some antifreeze down into the crankcase. So we redid the head on it. The head was not in the best of condition, but we did redo the head. Fixed it in take, and it still would seep antifreeze down into the crankcase. So the summertime it never did it. It was only in the wintertime that it did it. And after a number of years, my dad had picked up an Oliver 1850 gasoline tractor. That one was just a standard front end. As you can see, this one has the mechanical front wheel drive. It's the only one that we've ever had that's had that. And he retrofitted the gasoline engine out of the 1850 into the 1800 here, so it has a little bit more horsepower because it's a slightly newer engine. It's the next generation newer from the diesel and gasoline engines that this tractor would have had. And it does have a Owatonna loader on it. The Owatonna would have actually been on like a 410 John Deere, piece of industrial equipment with a backhoe on it. That was what that would have been on. Somebody that had it before us had actually put that on. They retrofitted it over and got it mounted on this tractor here. It's kind of it's a pretty heavy loader. I would like to find something a little bit lighter for this. This is, you know, this is going to break the tractor before the tractor will break the loader, kind of thing. So, and it is very heavy duty built. This is a heavy industrial piece of equipment on the front of this tractor here. It's way more heavy duty than this tractor would ever need. But it is kind of good to know that, you know, it'll never get damaged by what the tractor can do. But it is a pretty clumsy loader. I mean, for what we use it for, it's fine. We probably really would never ever have to do anything else with it. But it's very slow acting compared to the other loaders. It's got really big rams on it. The hydraulic rams there, they're both, you know, quite a bit larger than what our other tractors have. So, but it was originally not a loader tractor setup. This is actually a field tractor setup. So this would have been a Wheatland style tractor that somebody just retrofitted it over for the loader. Usually when they put loaders on tractors, they put them on row crop style tractors because of the ability to adjust the wheel width to give it the right spacing to use the loader. This one does have a little bit of a spacing that you can do, and it could be adjusted a little bit more to make it a little bit more stable, but you also don't really want to go past the edge of the bucket when you're pushing stuff, because then you got the tires moving in unmoved stuff, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to push whatever you're pushing. So it kind of is set up really the only way that it can be set up. We'd have to put a bigger bucket on it, and I'm not sure if something like that was even available for something like this. I'm not going to bother with going to find it anyway. But yeah, that's my 1800 front wheel assist loader tractor. I paid $3,200 for it in 1999, and like I said, it's the only mechanical front wheel drive tractor that we have ever owned. So it's been with us for quite a number of years, just about 30 years, coming on 27 years now, and a few more years we'll have had this thing for 30 years. So it's been a pretty good workhorse for us. We use it in the wintertime. We do use it for pushing snow, and it can be used for blading snow. I've seen a few YouTube videos about where somebody will take a pipe and put it on the leading edge of the bucket there, and they'll push snow with that, and that way it doesn't really dig into the ground very much. And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. I think I will try to do something like that. So that's one little project I'd like to do, and it can be made to be taken off in the summertime when you want to do some dirt digging with it. So, but that's my tractor, and thank you for watching, and you all have a good day.